First small stepping stone on the inevitable route to outer space. And what of the future, when the moon has become Luna Station, a transfer point on the well-traveled road to the planets and asteroids of our solar system? Will it gather a new crop of legends as deep and mysterious as the moon stories of 1,000 years ago? We cannot know, but we can guess. Theater 5 presents The Wandering Spaceman.
What you say, Captain? I like this place. The drinks are honest. The girls are pretty. Oh, there are a lot worse houses around here on Luna Station. Frank, I've been looking for you. When did you get in? A little while ago. Take a seat, Lars. We were just talking about you.
Yeah, I can just guess the sort of things these baboons were saying. Come to the office with me, Frank. We can talk privately.
All right. See you, gentlemen.
Did you have a good trip, Frank?
Oh, as usual. The Mars run nowadays is almost as much of a milk run as the shuttle trip back to Earth. But how's it been going with you, my friend? I miss this place.
Have you? You know, sometimes I wonder about myself. Running a spaceman's dive carved out of the bedrock of the moon. It's a fine occupation for a grown man with a daughter.
Well, now, don't run yourself down, Lars. We astronauts need the spaceman's rest.
Maybe. And I swear someday I'll toss half these space bums out of this place. Never let them in the front door again.
Oh, you shouldn't let them get you down, Lars.
They don't get Lars Toner down. Don't worry yourself about that. Still know if I didn't have a daughter to support, I'd be tempted to pack up and find a job back on Earth. And at that, it might be better for her.
Well, you'd both be missed, Lars.
Especially Sally, eh?
Well,
don't be embarrassed, boy. I know how you feel about her.
Well, I guess everyone on Luna Station knows.
You're a good man, Frank. The sort of man I'd pick for her myself. A captain on a scheduled transport, sober, good future. Frank, let me push my nose into your business. Why haven't you asked her to marry you?
Well, I have, Lars.
And she?
Well, I guess she's not ready to settle down yet.
Yes, I was afraid of that. She's like her mother used to be, wild.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
You've heard about my wife, haven't you, Frank?
I've heard stories.
The stories are true. Whatever they say is true. She ran away from me, Frank. Ran away with a bum. Left her husband and her baby for a no-good pilot of a tramp freighter who set his course towards Venus, traveled too close to the sun and burned himself, his ship, and my woman to a blackened cinder. Oh. Sally was only 1 year old then. I raised her myself, watched her grow into a woman who looks like her mother did, and with her mother's blood.
She isn't her mother, sir.
Maybe she's not. But she has the same streak of wildness in her. I wish he'd marry a good man like you and settle down.
Well, I haven't given up on that.
No, of course you haven't, Frank. But you know what she does now? She comes to the rest and talks to the deep spacers, the captains who steer out beyond the asteroid belt. They have a certain look about them, Frank. A look like the one... Who? He. The man who took my Laura away.
Lars, you're making too much of this.
Maybe I am. Maybe I am. At any rate, I'd better get busy. Whatever you think of the spaceman's rest, it won't run itself.
Well, I'll go out with you.
Look, boy, there she is. You understand what I mean now?
What?
Sally. Look who she's with. He's one of them, all right. You can tell by looking at him. Tall, lean, with eyes you hardly dare to gaze into because of what they may have seen. She met him a week ago, and already she can't leave him alone. She's drawn to him, man, like a moth is drawn to a candle flame. I ought to go over there.
Take it easy. They're only talking. There's no crime in that.
Only talking, yes. But what are they talking about?
I see your father is staring at us, Miss Sally. I do not think he approves of our being together so much.
Poor Daddy. He's always worrying about me. My mother...
Yes, I've heard the story. It is a sad one. One of many sad tales a man can hear in his wanderings from planet to planet. Someone once said that human beings were meant to stay on their own world, and that any love affair that springs up away from Mother Earth is doomed from the start.
What a curious idea. You don't believe it, do you?
Well, when you've wandered for as long as I have, you simply don't know what to believe. But your father, that you meet the same fate as your mother?
I think he really is. He says I have my mother's blood in me. I think he really believes that he'll wake up some morning to find that I've followed some stranger into outer space.
And you? Could you do what your mother did?
I don't know. It would depend on the man, wouldn't it?
Well, that young man. The one standing with your father.
Oh, Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's really very nice. He'll be an important man one day. He's already captain of a ship on the Martian run.
But he's not for you?
No, he's not. I sometimes wish he were, but he's not. Oh, why am I telling you all this? A week ago we were strangers.
And if I were your father, Miss Sally, I would worry about you in much the same way he does. You should be more wary of strangers.
But why? What can happen to me here?
Who can say? A man from deep space might be anyone. He might be a dangerous criminal, or worse. He might even be the wandering spaceman.
Oh, who?
A wandering spaceman. Now, don't tell me you haven't heard the tale.
No, I haven't.
Well, it also is a sad tale. The wandering spaceman was a captain in the early days of the Venus run. He was young, bright, ambitious. Then one day, he met a girl. One very much like you, Miss Sally. He thought of her as the planets, the stars, the whole universe. Became engaged, and he had one more trip to make before they were to marry. While the captain was in space, the owner of the space line happened to come to Luna Station and met the girl. He was neither young nor handsome, but he did have one advantage. He was very, very rich. The girl left for Earth with him just 2 days before her captain was to arrive back on Luna. At first, he thought of going after them, killing them both. But he realized that would solve nothing. So he cursed all women and all men too. He swore that he never wanted to marry, he never wanted to look at another human being. The next morning he took a spacecraft out for a test run. And never was found again.
But what happened?
Who knows? Some say that he wanders through the solar system, unable to land except once every 7 years. At that time, he's given a single week to find a woman who might share his loneliness.
And has he found one?
It's only a legend, remember.
But has he?
According to the story,